people, welcome to another episode of The Take On with myself, Flex, Mr. Danny Murphy and Anton Ferdinand. A lot to get into this week. Everyone had so much to say about my team. I went viral, people laughing at me. Oh, how the mighty have fallen, celebrating a draw. Look at these embarrassing Man United fans. So I got a lot to get into. These two are playing each other tonight. Liverpool versus West Ham. Where's that? Anfield, right? Anfield. Yeah. Big game. And then after that, another big game for Liverpool. Arsenal come to town. Hopefully Arsenal will play the type of tactics that Virgil van Dijk will feel comfortable with. So his team has a chance of winning. Hopefully they adhere to Liverpool's theme and what they want to happen. But yeah, we've got a lot to talk about. And remember to stay tuned to the show until the end as well, because we're going to get into your takes and your comments. And we're going to read them out and put them to the guys as well. So smash a like on the video and make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. United get a point at Anfield. Van Dijk versus Keane. You know, you're in the media, you give your take on how the players talk afterwards, and obviously the piece on the game. We had a bit of banter in the group chat as well. Because I didn't see that. Danny didn't message me, or he didn't do any. He didn't put anything in the group. He didn't laugh at me or just nothing. So I just put, haven't seen Danny in the group chat or anything, and Danny gave it the old, here, watch my piece, I've said this and I said that. I'm saying, listen, you just didn't message me.
I think I've been consistent in not trying to jump on the bandwagon every time United have a bad result.
Correct.
I did think Liverpool would win, but I did a piece on the weekend and I genuinely believed it was going to be tight because I knew United would have to play that way. Yeah. And I thought first half against Munich, Ten Hag would have seen enough to say, actually, when we're playing a team that's at it, especially away from home, I know it was home against Munich, but in the Prem against away teams like Liverpool, City, whoever, it's not a bad tactic to stay in the game and be hard to beat with United's pace on the break. Now, I know they didn't attack too much. They had the one chance second half, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with giving the opposition respect when you're not playing well. I didn't see another way United would get a result other than what they did. So I've got no problem with them turning up and doing that. Yeah, there's a debate about why are United in a position after all they've spent with this manager to not be better equipped to go against Liverpool. That's a fair argument. But I've got no problem with the way they turned up. In terms of Van Dijk, I think it's one of those things I've heard many times managers and players hint at or say when they're frustrated.
Absolutely.
And
that's all it was.
And I think if he looks back, he'd probably say it a bit differently because he left himself open to, whinging, you know. I don't think it was so much arrogance. I think it was just it was frustration.
It was pure frustration.
Frustration of why have they been so boring? Why have they been so hard to break down? You know, all these. I remember years ago, right? United were here, we were there. We started getting a bit of joy against United. We had a really good record, especially at Old Trafford, right? And the reason was because we knew how good they were, and we couldn't go toe for toe. Yeah. So we went there, respected them. Narrow, deep, play on the break with Michael Owen, Stevie and Elka, whoever it was at the time. And on two occasions when we won there, Fergie did 2 interviews whinging about our style of play and our lack of ambition after we'd just beaten them twice. Yeah. Wow. But
frustrated.
It's frustration.
Yeah. And that's the rivalry.
It's normal. But I think, do you know what I think it was with Keane? I think he was probably just annoyed sitting with Daniel Sturridge most of the time.
Nah, big up Sturridge. It's not that.
No, I'm not dissing Sturridge. I think he winds Keane up.
Oh, right, yeah.
I think he winds him up a little bit. And Keane was thinking, I'm angry.
I looked at it like this. Obviously, it shows that Keane is Man United through and through. Obviously, he fell out Fergie and stuff like that. But the respect levels and, but that whole thing of like, if you got a problem with your family member, like say your big brother or your little brother, you can cuss them out and get angry. But if anyone else tries to do it, because Roy Keane, let's be real, he says the facts about Man United. He says, pathetic or just do your job.
No, he said they didn't play well.
He said, exactly. But it's something about it being at Anfield when Man United just got a point. He's saying, I ain't letting Virgil van Dijk say that about Man United. Like,
that's his personality.
100%. And I love it. And I love that.
To be fair to Virg,
no, I'm not being fair to him.
People take things how they want to take them, depending on where you're looking at it from, what glasses you're looking through. But the comment where he said only one team wanted to win,
I don't believe that.
Or played to win. Sorry,
I don't believe
played
that.
To win is actually true.
I don't believe it is.
United went for a draw.
But if you look at it, but the intention was, it's like saying,
I get it though.
But there's different ways. No, but if there's a boxer who's saying, right, what's my best way of trying to win this game? I know people saying Man United didn't try to win it, but Ten Hag's gone, what's the best way to try and win this game? If it was a boxer saying, what's the best way for me to win this fight? They're quicker than me, more powerful than me. They've got knockout punches. They got everything in the armory. So I'm going to tuck up and I'm going to try and go for the haymaker. And then I'm going to try and get lucky. Or I'm going to wait for him to get tired. And then I'm going to try and come on a little bit later or something like that. But first of all, I'm going to make sure I don't get hit with no massive shots and I don't get no 10-8 rounds. You can win a boxing fight like that. Just because the tactic isn't as flamboyant. There's like this gatekeeping thing of now, obviously football must be played like this or football must be played like that. Hang on a minute. Your job as a manager is to look at your strengths versus their weaknesses and vice versa and devise a plan for that 90 minutes.
So what you're saying is they did play to win.
I think they did.
Speaking as a neutral.
Or the best way to get a win.
Speaking as a neutral, that argument only stands up based on the chances created by Man United and how many attempts they actually had on goal. And with an intent to go and win the game. That's an intent to go and win the game.
Who had the best chances of the game then?
But I'm just saying, but I'm saying that's one chance compared to Liverpool's however many.
34, kicking it in front of 2 yards in front of you and kicking it into a man's shins.
But I'm saying
these counts as shot on target. No, it does though, Dan.
But these are this is what it comes down to. That's what the argument comes down to, or the debate comes down to. The intent on the eye in terms of who looked more threatening. Did Man United sit in and soak up pressure and not really attack?
Were Man United in big trouble? Were Man United ever in big trouble?
But they got a result.
No.
Why? So what my frustration?
I thought they struggled on set plays.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with that.
Missed a couple
of great. Van Dijk had one.
But what Keane didn't say.
Why is no one talking about Liverpool saying that they were just crap?
We will. But
way below par.
Verge did actually say in the same interview, but that's on us. We've got to do better in the attacking third. He did say that.
Yeah, but then he's gone, but they're buzzing with a point.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing, Danny.
They were buzzing.
I'm not having it.
They were buzzing with a point.
Absolutely. I celebrate like a win.
I'll be honest with you, though. I'll be honest with you, though. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No.
Like, it's a derby. It's a derby. Do you know what I mean? And, just drawing a derby. One, you're frustrated 100%. But football's known for that little bit of needle. There's no managers over the years have done it. There's no harm, I don't think, in Virgil going, but there's only one team that wanted to win it.
Just add a bit of spice, add a bit of drama.
It's a derby at the end of the day.
But if anything, if you're a United player, you kind of go, I'll never forget
rattled,
that. Right? No, it's funny because he's frustrated that you've been able to shut up shop.
Yeah.
I remember going to Anfield one day with Fulham. And we got a 0-0. It was a Sunday. We played in Europa League on a Thursday. So we just shut up shop. Not even sure if we had a shot, right? And we got a 0-0. And coming off the pitch, Jamie Carragher said to me something like, "That's a joke. It's a disgrace." I said, "What do you mean?" He went, "You lot playing like that."
Rattled.
And I just started laughing and went, "Shut up. What do you want us to do?"
But Danny, this is what it is. Sorry I didn't come to Anfield and lose.
Yeah.
Sorry, like Virgil van Dijk, I said this before.
You was buzzing, though, innit?
Mate, I celebrate like a win. I've been trolled all over the internet.
Who was it? Right? Was Mourinho manager Chelsea when Sam Allardyce laughed?
Yeah.
That's exactly 100%. The same thing.
Virgil van Dijk, right? This is what he thought. When he went to bed on Saturday night and he's thinking about the game at 4:30 next day, in his head he would have gone, here's how it's going to play out. I'm just going to be chilling, probably at the halfway line.
Chilling, really.
100%, because this Hoyland kid can't do much to me. I'm all right, yeah. Man United shit. Right? That's what he thought. I'm going to be going, Mosen again. Look at Lewis. Look at Lou. He cut in, goal. Good header. Núñez, 3-0. Bloody hell. He expected to see a game like that. Liverpool fans expect to see a game like that. And here's the other thing that really annoyed me. I'm in my bag. You see the media.
Right.
I've spoken to Gabriel Bonahor as well, by the way. I've had words with him.
Why? What did Gab say?
He was he wouldn't name me. He was talking about me on the radio.
Right.
He said, I've seen Man United YouTubers. He said, I've seen Man United YouTubers celebrating this like a win.
Right.
I said, Gabby, name me. Yeah. So we spoke. He's a good laugh at that. He's a good laugh. He's going to come on the channel for the Villa preview.
Yeah, it's good.
But the reason why people were so incensed and everything turned to, oh, how the mighty have fallen, was because, let's be real, the media, Liverpool fans and rival fans on Monday wanted to feast on Man United because that's what wasn't in the script. Yeah, what was in the script, including Man United fans thought this as well, because I thought we'd lose 5-0. Like, everybody thought it was going to be a feasting and a cooking. And when the script changed, it was like, no one really wanted to just go into like, what did Szoboszlai do? Apparently, Liverpool fans say he's the new Gerrard.
He had his worst game.
Well, Cody Gakpo off the bench. What did he do? What did Luis Diaz do? Look at the behaviour of Darwin Núñez. If Bruno Fernandes would have behaved like Darwin Núñez, turning around at Johnny Evans, giving him one of them, could have fractured his ribs. You all right? Then the whistle's gone. Then the whistle's gone.
Is it not a contact sport?
Then the whistle's gone.
Him.
Then the whistle's gone. He's booted the ball out into the
he
cop.
should have got ball.
Whistle's gone. Someone could go to get a bit of Bovril, not looking. Ball could have hit them. Hazard. Then he's laughed at the ref. Then he's given it to the lino.
Yeah, but he wouldn't have done any of that if he got booked.
But if Bruno Fernandes he did get booked.
For all of it?
No, he should have got about 4 yellow cards in that one. But what I'm saying is...
He stopped, but when he got booked, he stopped, didn't he?
No, he carried it. No, when he got booked, he then went like that. And give it all that. Yeah.
I missed that.
Yeah, I bet you did. So what my point is that it just, to sum it up, to move on, because I don't want to keep talking about it. To sum it up, it just wasn't in the script. And people were so hurt that Man United, they couldn't laugh at them. They turned it into, they're pathetic. When you played, and you said to me in the group about West Brom, and I said, speaking of West Brom, I remember a 2-2 where Liverpool drew with West Brom at home, and Klopp was giving it all that in front of the cop.
Yeah, you
can't. What do you want teams to do?
You can't win sometimes with stuff you do. Someone will always bite you. But the Liverpool United thing is so big that you're always going to get segments of both sides who are agitated with the other or themselves, or someone criticising a pundit will criticise a player's response, and all these different things. And that's just the magnitude of the fixture.
Yeah, games ain't been like that in that derby for a while either.
No.
They've been more free-flowing, lots of goals.
They were wearing their Christmas jumpers, like I said, 7-0 on it, to Anfield.
So it is like...
That's what they wanted.
I think that played a part and all. I think Gabby said it. He needs an apology because he was excited for the game and the game gave him absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
So it's true. That played a part in it as well.
That's what I mean, the frustration that it didn't live up to the cooking people.
Gab must have been buzzing, really, because he loves Villa.
Yeah.
Villa flying. And then Liverpool get a draw.
Yeah, exactly. We're going to go back to sort of Liverpool, Arsenal and Liverpool, West Ham. I didn't want it to be too Liverpool-centric.
No, I get it, yeah.
So let's move it on a little bit in terms of Manchester City, though. Because this is when City have set such a high standard for so long. As soon as there's a bit of a wobble or they drop off, of course, we're a bit like, what's happening here? So we all kind of want to open a door and peep in and say, oh, we're having a look here. What's happening? What is happening? Is it that deep? Is it bigger than what we think? Or is it just wait until January, February and City will kick into gear again? Because some people don't feel like this City are going to do that.
I think it's probably a bit deep. Too deep, yeah, because we know the quality they've got and the players they've had missing. You know, Kevin De Bruyne will come back. Stonesy's getting fit again. Haaland was missing. The only thing I'd say with City at the moment, and although they've thrown away a couple of games, you could argue a few of those draws they should have won.
Yeah.
The Arsenal Villa games away were poor performances for City's level. The only thing I would say, and I'm hoping for, and I say this genuinely, because I want an open title. I'd like someone else to win it. Obviously Liverpool, but if not, someone else. Even Villa, for God's sake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The only thing I'd say is, when you lose Mahrez, Gundogan, those two really high-quality technical players, and Mahrez always chips in with goals. I think 2 seasons ago, he was top goal scorer.
Yeah, he was.
Important goals and all, by the way.
Yeah, but the players they've brought in, other than Doku, probably. I'm talking about Gvardiol, who I like, but taking his time. Núñez from Wolves, taking his time. Kovacic, taking his time in and out.
Goals.
I'm not sure they've replaced those two with equal quality.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I said this recently, got a bit of stick from City fans because they say, our players always take a season to bed in, wait till next season, they'll be flying. And he might be right because it does tend to happen that way.
Usually what happens, yeah.
But at the moment, I'm not seeing those voids that have been left by those two filled. Now, Foden's amazing, don't get me wrong, and he can play on the right and be as productive as Mahrez, but Mahrez has got this silk and this ability to keep the ball and make things happen when games are tight. You know, like games when they're playing like a Palace, Mahrez would kill them.
That's why I'm surprised they sold Cole Palmer, because he's obviously not reached the heights of Mahrez, but he's got that style of play.
But wasn't his he wanted to leave? He told him, and I think contractually as well.
But he wants to leave because he wasn't playing. Mahrez is a guy you're now going to play. Type film, you're going to play more.
Yeah, they did say that.
Maybe
it's up for you.
I think
they did. But he still said no.
I think they said to him, Mahrez is going, you'll play more.
And he went.
And my understanding was that someone told me that he said, well, because Chelsea had already tapped him.
I'm going to be the star man there. I'll be the main guy there.
And he is.
Fair play
And
to
he
him.
is, yeah. And he definitely is.
And he probably, to be fair, got weighed in.
Yeah.
More than he would done by being, you know what it's like, mate, when you come from the academy.
You don't get paid. You don't get paid.
Yeah, it's going to take you a while to get to the Rashford contract. Yeah, that's true.
But I think for me, in terms of looking at Man City, the big problem is at centre back. You know, like even though they've looked okay, but Ruben Diaz looks like he needs a John Stones next to him. Do you know what I mean? He hasn't looked as solid this year.
Do you think that's it as well? And I think you make a great point, by the way. But do you think it's as well? Because this. I know they tried it a few times last season, did it mostly with a fullback. The end of last season, they did it at centre-back in the Champions League games. But now they're vacating one of the centre-halves, Stones, Akanji, whoever it is, into midfield.
Leaving him exposed.
Do you think that's part of it?
They've conceded. They haven't kept a clean sheet in the last 8 games.
And that's unlike
Man City.
Very unlike.
8 games, no clean sheet. Man City. Even the RB Leipzig game, you know, I know they won it 3-2, I think, in Champions
Who's your
League.
best 2 for City centre-halves?
Diaz and Stones, me.
I love Akanji.
I was just about to say, I don't mind Akanji and Stones.
I like him as well.
I don't mind Akanji and Stones.
But Ruben's like...
When he's at it.
When he's at it, there's not many better than him in the Premier League.
But Gvardiol's not a left back as well, by the way. He's struggling. He's a centre half.
Akanji's actually a good left back.
Yeah.
He played there against when they beat Madrid and all that, didn't they?
And Ake can play there if you need him to.
He's another good one.
So I just don't...
I think it's more a tactical than a personnel thing.
You think they're trying to adjust to being a bit different, either without De Bruyne / without, like you said,
we say
he's going to come from deep.
We say this a lot on there when we talk about defending. Defenders don't like feeling vulnerable. Don't like, there's too many gaps, too many spaces. Don't like it. To play in the Man City team with that overload in the midfield, you're going to feel exposed. Because if the turnover happens and the team you're playing against is good on a turnover with their first pass, you're in trouble. There's no getting away from it. You're in trouble. Diaz could be feeling the pressure in terms of feeling exposed. Yeah. And as we know, his injury record isn't brilliant either. And when you're being asked to sprint towards your own goal more than you're used to,
it's a good point.
It could be a problem for you. And that could be what's playing on his mind. We don't know.
Do you know what the other thing is? Let's give it perspective, because as I said, I want this to be right. I want them to struggle a bit for obvious reasons, because they've been so amazing. But the reality is that if they fix that little problem and they get De Bruyne back fit...
They're only 5 points off the top.
And also, just on top of that, the reality is the games they've drawn, Chelsea away, Liverpool, Tottenham, games they've lost, Arsenal, Villa. They're already playing...
It's only the Palace one that's maybe one of the biggest shocks.
Yeah, and you could argue they should have killed off the game at Chelsea. And to be honest, should have been
100%, which is uncorrect. Also, the last thing I was going to touch on with City is how much do we need to look at the heights that you hit with the treble, winning everything, and what that looks like trying to go again. Pep speaks about it as well. I know sometimes you think he could be just being a bit tongue-in-cheek. Well, we'll never do it again, or incredible. It's too hard to do.
My personal experience.
How much do you think that is?
My personal experience, I can only talk from. Collectively, you need good leadership management to keep you on track, of course. But my personal experience is when I had some success at Liverpool, we won some trophies, you start getting a few accolades and people telling you you're doing well. I did.
Did you? Naturally? Or was it you thinking you're just Danny? New contract.
Danny no. It was natural. It was like... started believing the hype a little bit.
Yeah.
And I fell into a little bit, well, he said this, Julio said to me, you're in a comfort zone.
Really?
Think you're better than you are. Just because you've had a bit.
What was it like to hear? Did you reject it straight away?
Yeah.
So the ego carried on.
Football ego.
He said it, do you know what? I'll tell you, he said it to me and Stevie G, one pre-season.
You think you're too good?
He pulled us. You two aren't at it. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, and when he went, and you go,
Well, Stevie saying the same thing.
Yeah, we just...
what's he on about, man?
Anyway, couple of games in, I think we drew first, lost second. Away, drew at Villa, lost at home Chelsea, something like that. Went to Blackburn away, get in the hotel room, flip chart. I'm not even on the bench.
Oh,
dropped. You got dropped.
Now, this is like a fella who's like a dad to me. He brought me from here to here.
What? No, you didn't even know.
Even some of the lads, I could see them laughing. Because they know I am raging. I thought, I can't have it out now.
In front of
know what it's like.
Yeah.
He'll be fumified. So I just took it on the chin. The lads were trying to, I went to see him on the Monday. And when I walked in, he went, before I even spoke, he went, I told you a month ago. I was like, oh no.
So you knew that? Is that when you knew?
Well, yeah, I just.
That's good management. Now.
Yeah.
That's top management.
Was Gerrard dropped as well?
No.
It's like,
he wasn't. He hadn't dropped.
Yeah, Stevie.
No, but he did drop him. He did drop him at a different time. But the best bit about his story is they won the next 6.
Without you.
Oh, yeah.
Makes it even more better
and then,
for him.
Get this, 2 weeks in, they're winning. I'm on the on the bench.
Coming off a bit.
I hadn't even got
You're not even getting on.
Played in a resi game, get some fitness against Everton. Kevin Campbell crunched me, did me ankle. I was out 5 weeks.
Oh, God.
Took me 2 months to get back in the team after that.
Oh.
But,
all because at the beginning.
Do you know what, though?
But going back to that question, you can. Some players can't. I can't talk on City's players. They're top players, better than me. But that can kick in. I mean, you must know that.
Yeah, 100%. I've had times where, you think, oh,
you're the man.
You think you're the man.
Think you're John Stones.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly that. The fans are on you. The fans are like giving you all sorts. Oh, brilliant today, son. And you're like walking around like you're the man. Back in my day, you go out to a nightclub, everyone's going, yeah, brilliant. You're giving it up. Yeah, I am. Come Monday morning training, flipping, where's Anton? Where's Anton from Saturday? So you do. I get that. You have a lull, just on the fact that you do think, and it's I call it like a football ego. There's football egos. Men have their own ego, but there's a football ego as well, which is heightened. Because you're in the public eye. People are always telling you good things.
Stadiums chanting your name when it's going good.
Very rare you hear, or there's very rarely people that will come to you and go, like, sort yourself out. You know what I mean? So that football ego can put you in a state where you do think you've cracked it, and you do think that you're better than what you are. And this is the reason why I mentor now to a lot of the young players. That's one of the biggest reasons, is to make sure that they don't do what I've done, which is like, okay, I'm sitting here happy with my career and proud of the career that I've had, but I want these young boys to be better than me and have better careers than me. And for that to happen, when they start to feel like they've cracked it, it's now time to crack the whip and say, no, you've got more.
Next level, next
you know what
gear.
I mean? Because not a lot of people do that, Murph.
Yeah. Yeah. To finish off on City, do you think this, just a real quick answer from both of you, Danny, will they shake this off into the new year and get back to business? Champions League start coming, games start getting more important, you're getting a bit of a groove?
My head says yes, they will. They'll shake it off and they'll be back with a vengeance. My heart hopes they don't.
Anton?
De Bruyne's back. I think now he's back. If he hits the ground running, I think it'll be a wrap.
For me, I think I think they will. I think they'll get better. I think they'll get back in a bit of a groove, but I just don't think they'll hit the heights that they usually set, the 90 plus and all that. I think it might be just be less points to win the league because they're going to keep dropping off.
I think they win it. I think De Bruyne comes back and starts to play through balls for Haaland again. I think it's game over.
I think Arsenal win the league. I really do.
Let's move on.
I know. Speaking of that, Anfield awaits, top of the league. Clash between Arsenal and Liverpool.
It's such an appetising game, isn't it?
Is this now it's like, it was City and Liverpool going at it, and still that. Has Arsenal now, they've put themselves in that.
Well, the way I look,
see that game now.
The way I look at it, rightly or wrongly, maybe because it's a home game, but I think it's a bigger surprise if Arsenal win there than it is if Liverpool beat Arsenal. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I think, because especially their record there as well.
Yeah, still have it, even though they've been good.
Even last year when they went 2-0 up and threw it away.
Could have lost.
Should have lost.
Yeah.
So
if that happens again.
Imagine.
Joel, you're coming on, all right? Yeah.
But I don't think if either loses, you can write them off completely.
No. You can't.
I don't think that. But I think it's a bigger game for Liverpool after the United game to just
reassert themselves.
Yeah, and actually send a message. Well, I say bigger games, massive for both. But I think it would, for Liverpool in terms of confidence. Arsenal, you can see what they're doing, and they've only lost, one
Once.
game? Villa, was it?
2.
Do you know
They
what?
lost Newcastle as well.
Oh, they did, yeah. Sorry, they've lost
But
two.
the 2 they've lost have been like...
Close.
done
And
all right.
actually, probably give Villa the best game I've seen.
Yeah, Villa, they should have scored off.
So I think for Liverpool, it's really important. And I don't see Liverpool losing.
But I know Arsenal... Oh, don't you?
Liverpool won't lose to Arsenal.
Right, there was conviction in that.
Yeah, so Danny, talk to us. What definitely won't happen at Anfield is that Arsenal won't win.
Well, Arsenal won't shut up shop.
No.
They won't shit
They
it
will
like
come out,
your
yeah.
mob.
No. See?
So you think that will
but
play
this
into
is-
your hands?
But Anton, this is perfect. This is exactly what I want, because this follows
Who's
on
going to
from what
stop
Van
Salah?
Dijk.
Because he's just some scenarios.
Mate,
in the game.
everyone thought Luke Shaw wouldn't be able to. Yeah, I mean,
No,
that's
but I'm
the
asking-
price, mate. Back pocket.
Zinchenko's a terrific footballer.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's defensively as good as, say, Tommy Asu.
No.
If he
No, he's
play, I
not.
don't know if he's fit or not, but
He's going to stop
all
Saka.
these little.
Is
and you
Simicast
could-
going to stop Saka?
Well, I was just going to get to that. So, both ways,
Yeah.
Arsenal have a go at Liverpool.
Yeah.
I see goals.
Yeah.
And generally, when teams come to Anfield and have a go, Liverpool end up on top.
True.
Hence the fact they've not lost a game at Anfield this
I
season.
agree with everything you
I
said.
think the battle is going to be Declan and Salabside. That battle, whoever wins that, I think that's who wins. the game.
Rice is better than all of them.
No, but I'm saying the battle. No,
Better
I'm
than
not talking
Endo.
about
Better
stats.
than Gravenberch.
I'm not talking about stats. I'm talking about in the game.
in that game.
In the game.
Declan's going to win it though. I'm saying he's going to be flawless in that game. I think. I don't
Well, he
think
pretty
he's going
much
to
is
get
every
swamped.
game
That's
he
what,
plays.
that's what I mean.
But it's the final third.
But
in
this does feed into, and this is why when Van Dijk was saying his comments,
you just worried me.
And-
Simicast against City.
yeah, mate. Well, that's what I'm saying.
And by the way, Odegaard don't turn up in the big games.
Well, here's a take your pick. I want you both to. I'm going to go one through each
on.
one, right? Yeah. Danny, Alisson or Raya?
Alisson.
Anton, Simicast or Zinchenko?
Oh, Zinchenko.
Danny, Van Dijk or Saliba?
Both.
Can't, Danny, can't.
What do you mean you can't?
You can't. It's this or that. It's take your pick, mate.
What am I picking for?
Van Dijk or Saliba? Give me a name.
Van Dijk.
Took him ages. That means you think Saliba.
It's close, that. No, it's close.
Anton, Konate or Gabriel?
Oh,
That's close.
it's
enough.
close and all.
Konate or Gabriel?
Gabriel.
Danny, Trent or Ben White?
Trent.
Anton, Szoboszlai or Odegaard?
Oh, Odegaard.
Danny, Gravenberch or Havertz? Havertz doing all right now.
He is scoring.
He's doing all right, mate.
If it was my squad for the season, I'd want Gravenberch ahead of Havertz.
Okay.
Proper midfielder.
Anton, there's no point asking McAllister or Rice. Nunes or Jesus? We kind of did that one actually when you did a bit of a combined
Well, on
11.
current form, Jesus.
100%. Nunes can't hit a barn door right now.
No, Jesus is flying.
Yeah.
I love. Do you know what I really like on both? Do you know what I love about those two is that they're always up for it, even if they're playing crap. They just pop themselves about.
Yeah.
Anton, Luis Diaz or Martinelli?
This one's hard, man. I don't want both of them.
It is. That's a
mate, you
toss
gotta
of a
pick.
coin, now, isn't it?
You got to pick.
That's Mendes or Lopez, isn't it? That's one of those.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I want Martinelli over him.
It is. I'm not sure, you know. Martinelli excites me, he does. But,
I thought you said Mendes excited you.
but Diaz just got something. He's got that stardom quality.
He has,
man.
yeah.
Come on, quick. 3, 2, 1.
Martinelli.
Anton, Danny, Salah or Saka, but
Salah.
you're going to say Salah. It is a massive game. Just really quickly on Kai Havertz actually, because took a lot of stick.
Please for him, you know.
Yeah, from your narrative FC, a lot of them wanted him out or couldn't understand the signing, and you know what, rightly so at the beginning because
Did
you're
you
trying
see
to see
Berber's interview?
Yeah, he said he plays most like him, and you know what, when he said
Mad
it,
compliment that.
when he said
That's
it,
unbelievable, that.
I
know what he means.
Yeah, just like the tempo, the way he kind of goes through the game, looks like you're not trying, but you actually are.
Yeah.
That kind of vibe. I did go, you know what? I mean, Berbatov's better, but yeah, I see it.
Do you know what?
I
I'm not trying to do this to get a laugh, and I might have said it before, but a manager years ago said to me, "You're either a grower or a shower." Yeah. No, footballing terms, right?
Okay.
Kai
Yeah,
Havertz
sure, yeah, good.
is a grower.
Yeah.
He grows on fans because of his ability, his technical game awareness, intelligence. He'll grow on you because you start seeing what he's good at.
It's true.
Some players come into a team.
Yeah.
I mean, Andy Johnson was a great example when he come to Fulham. Fans loved him after the first game. He's like a Duracell bunny.
Yeah.
Can't stop.
Yeah, he just keeps going.
He's a shower.
Yeah. I do think he's a... well, with the managers I've played under...
I was told I was a grower.
I'm just...
what was that? I don't even know.
I think you're probably a grower.
Probably, yeah.
I don't know why you're laughing.
If you're not just tuned in, you haven't seen the context of this, I apologise. Just touch it back a little bit and then you will see. No, but he's a competent footballer.
Yeah.
You know, he's got a good touch on him. He's strong. He's strong as well. I just think at the beginning, you're looking at him thinking... Well, he's not as intense as the other Arsenal players. Arsenal don't really want to play like this at someone at their own pace. But fair play to Arteta, took him out of the team for a little bit.
Do you think they're better with him in the team, or are they better with Jacques, where Xhaka was doing that role?
I'm not going to say better. I'm going to say different. Because Arsenal stood at the top of the league, mate. They're right there where they were last year. But in terms of the style of how they do it, is different because you've changed a few. And Partey's not playing with him.
The biggest thing for me, which I love, is that he's just proving people wrong. I love somebody who proves people wrong. That for me is the biggest compliment you can get. Like all the adversity, all the
Joe Lennon,
all of them giving him some, and then you come back and just prove them wrong. I love that. I absolutely love it.
Maybe Anthony will do that for you.
Hoyland will do that as well. Maybe Nunez will score.
Hoyland's a good shout. No, he'll come good him.
He will.
He's decent.
He will.
Anthony, I'm not sure.
No, he won't. Let's talk about West Ham event against Liverpool tonight. Actually, I know we got to play as well. There's a lot. We got about 8 minutes left, right? I want to fly through a couple of things. Liverpool, West Ham tonight.
It's a tricky one because there's a couple of things. West Ham showed in the league game at Anfield they make chances.
Yeah.
I think Moisey will give Liverpool a respect, set up the right way.
Yeah.
They won't be easy to play against. They never are his teams.
Be careful with that, Moisey, because they'll say you're anti-football and don't.
But he's allowed to. He's not Man United anymore.
Here we go.
I think the big key to this is personnel. Who's what the team's going to be because it's inevitable that Klopp will have an eye on Arsenal.
Yeah, and West Ham got Man United very next game as well.
Yeah, but this is
West Ham won't be looking at Man United.
What's this semi-final? It's quarterfinals.
Quarterfinals.
Yeah. Chance to get to semi-final.
West Ham will be looking.
You got to go for it. You got to go for it.
100%.
Absolutely. Whereas, like you said, the likes of probably Harvey Elliott will come in.
Probably.
Curtis Jones probably come in. Gomez will probably come in.
Gravenberch came off with a little bit of a... I think he's all right, though.
Some players who play against Arsenal will have to play. He won't disrespect it and make...
Well, Salah will play.
Salah will play. Diaz will play.
I think he'll mix it up.
Not really.
I think he'll mix it up.
I think if our front three play today...
Kudus isn't playing.
He's a joke.
He is.
He's a joke.
I was just talking with Chris Hughton on a show, and obviously he's manager of Ghana, and he was saying how good he was, and he said long to perfect position for him is a 10, because I think Moyes has been playing him off the right. Is that right? Maybe he has to do a bit more work that way, but imagine him behind him.
He does it though.
Yeah.
He does it, and you know what I love about him? He gives the ball away. He don't care. Yeah. He's up for
brave.
He's brave. He's exactly the correct word, Muff. He is brave. And by the way, I'm looking you in the eye, viewers. We have the real star boy. Yeah, he's the star boy.
So he's better than Saka.
He's a joke.
Is he better than Saka?
Not yet. Will be. Will be. He's the real star boy.
Unprovoked.
He's a star boy.
Real star
he's brilliant.
boy.
No, he's brilliant.
He's a star boy. We've got a real star boy.
Okay.
I think West Ham...
let's see how long you have him for, because he probably played,
I think West Ham would have to play. Will probably have to score first
to have a chance.
Yeah, and it maybe depends. But the problem is
on the left.
Pardon?
Paqueta on the left.
The problem is at Anfield, if you concede early,
it's hard.
The fans are up.
Yeah, it's hard.
The confidence
You've got to get through that first 50.
Yeah.
You have to, which is what we mentioned. So, prediction?
I think Liverpool will win it by the odd goal.
2-1 West Ham.
2-1 West Ham. And lastly, before we get into the fan section, which we did promise you, Man United are taking on West Ham next.
Where at?
At West Ham.
Go on, the Hammers. I'm joking.
You're not joking, though.
I don't care. Neither of them competing with Liverpool. So it don't matter.
Listen to this guy. Watch on Wednesday. Oh, we're not going to be in Wednesday. From the neutral point of view, Because
that's a tough one for United.
it is, because you can't. There's not enough in that Liverpool game that goes, see, they are at it. They can do. It was more of a get out of there. You wouldn't put your hat on Man United.
If I was Ten Hag, and this may go against
you do exactly the same.
Absolutely.
That's why I do believe it's a bit hard.
Because
you can play in the same similar kind of way, but you can't.
You'll get more of the ball going either way.
Yeah, by default, because you're playing West Ham.
If you come to West Ham,
stink out the joint
and sit behind the ball,
and frustrate you and make you angry.
It's a disgrace. You said it's disgraceful.
Why is it? It's
what if they win doing it?
Yeah.
Huh? I'm joking.
Oh.
I'm joking. I'm enjoying the fact that you're thinking that way coming to us.
Listen, but also what is in Man United's DNA
I play the same.
is
Show us respect.
Our away games this year. Fulham, average, but a bit of magic. Burnley.
Mistake from Fulham, yeah.
No, a bit of magic. You know.
I had a save. That.
Bruno sat down. You know, Paulinho sent him.
Yeah, that was a good bit of skill.
A little bit, yeah.
Oh, that's a question. Do you think he'll come back in?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And leave.
Well, I don't know.
Amrabat maybe.
Yeah, maybe, because he ain't gonna. It should be McTominay. I know he captained Man United to a draw.
Alvarez, if he plays in the 10, if he plays higher up in the 10 in the centre of the park, Alvarez is going to eat him up. Eat him.
No, because Kobbie Mainoo's going to be playing.
Eat him.
Kobbie Mainoo's going to be playing.
Alvarez is going to.
Alvarez ain't doing nothing to Kobbie Mainoo. What?
No. If Fernandes plays higher up,
Who's
or plays.
Do you know what you're going to see on Saturday?
What?
Slide. Cup the ears because of all the crap that you always have to say about Bruno. That's what you're going to hear.
No, I'm
yes,
not.
you are. And I'm going to be with you and I'm going to be saying,
That's fine. That's fine. I look forward to it.
Bruno. Either assist or goal.
And I'm going to go, see, look at him. He's vacated the middle of the park again. He's run out to the fullback when he shouldn't do, and they popped it around him, and now there's no one in the middle of the park.
Winner.
Exactly.
Or Bowen. Or Ward-Prowse on a free kick or something. You know what I mean? Anyway, prediction for that game?
I think that'll be a draw.
2-1, West Ham.
1-0 United. Smash and grab.
Possibly.
Little bit of sprinkle of quality and we get out.
Not happening.
And it will be like, how didn't Kudus, how didn't he score that? Oh, bloody hell, Onana got lucky. Oh, that should have been a goal. Oh, bloody Man United, how'd they do that? It'd be one of them. Fan section before we wrap up. Charles22T says, here after seeing the clip of Flex and other United fans celebrating the draw, embarrassing. Well, as you can see from this episode, Charles, I don't care. And what is embarrassing is the fact that all you guys, I don't know who you support, big up for getting involved as well, it's all in jest. But what is embarrassing is the fact that all you guys wanted to feast on Man United and you're miserable that you can't. So I just know you're rattled. So big up to you, Charles. Don Damon says, champions of Europe, can't tell if Anton is joking. He keeps saying we're champions of Europe. And I said this to him on another piece earlier. You're not champions of Europe, but you've won a European trophy. Like, it's a big thing, but you're not champions.
Okay, and like I said earlier, right? To the guys, the clubs who have won the Champions League, will 100% say, no, you're not champions of Europe because you've won Champions League. But to us, West Ham fans, to us as a club, we won the European competition that we was in, and we had to beat people out in front of us.
It doesn't matter what you call it. They're happy.
Exactly. So we are champions of Europe.
Jacoby MS says, Danny, I can't stand watching Darwin. Do you think he'll ever develop into a clinical striker? He's so wasteful.
I think he's going to get a whole lot better. He is still young. He's still fresh. He's got to just calm himself down in those situations. But hopefully, I mean, I see so much good in him. So much good. But I understand the frustration watching him play.
Mm-hmm.
I still think most centre halves, when they see him on the team sheet, think,
hard afternoon.
Yeah, so but give him a bit more time. And
this is the last really quick one because I should answer because I really want to know this. Smopop12 says, Christmas season, guys, can you share a story of your best holiday party during your playing days? Who was the teammate? Who was the best teammate on a night out?
Cool.
Best holiday party? Christmas
As in
party.
Christmas, yeah.
We had loads of good Christmas parties. Carragher was always good fun on a night
I bet he was.
Jamie Carragher was good fun. Trying to think of anything I can say on air.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
I do remember one of the parties we went on. It got leaked to the press. There was a couple of journos who got inside the party.
What, when you shouldn't have been there?
No, it was our own private one, but they got in.
Right.
And there was one particular headline because it was fancy dress. And one particular headline in the papers was Ronald McDonald was up on stage dancing with the dancers. And you know when everyone read it? No. Only one person's missus knows who left the house as Ronald McDonald.
Wow.
But that's a story for another day. The rest of it.
Okay, cool. Anton?
Got a few. I've got one Sunderland, probably Phil Bardsley.
Yeah.
You know, we used to do like 2-dayers. We used to do like a night time after a game on Saturday, and an all day Sunday we used to do. And we used to do it in Manchester quite a bit from Sunderland. We used to have our own party. But one particular year it was snowing. From bar to bar we had teams, and we had snowball fights from one venue to another, like in the middle of Manchester. People looking around going, Sunderland Ferdinand, that's Phil Bardsley. Pay for Sunderland. And we're like running around playing bloody snowball fights, which was good.
Could have got injured, very irresponsible.
Could have, but we didn't. All white party as well, so he was wearing all white as well. QPR, Jamie Mackey.
He seems like a proper lad, funny, Jamie Mackey.
I won't tell you what his party trick is.
Yeah, okay.
People that know him will know what it is.
Yeah.
And in Ireland, this ain't even a story I can really say, so I'll just leave it at that. I'll leave it at that.
Leave it.
And Southend, Manchester, again, we was fancy dress. One of the boys was a cone. I think it was Watkinson at Southend. He was a cone. He dressed up as a cone. And in the middle of the Dean's Gate, he went and stood
on the road.
In the road and held up the traffic. And there was a picture in the local newspaper in Southend of all the lads in fancy dress, like bundling him. So in the middle of the Dean's Gate, just bundling on top of him.
So they stopped the traffic again.
Stopped
very
the traffic.
Irresponsible, very dangerous.
But lower league players.
Make sure you guys comment on the best ones, and we'll get them read out next week. Like we say, we want you guys to get involved. Smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you are new. I think we're having a bit of a break next week. Obviously, it is Christmas. Enjoy it. Have a great time.
Have a great time.
And we'll see you again very soon.
Merry Christmas.
Peace.